Never! I told you I was in Birmingham and have I got a treat for you. I got one of the kings of Birmingham. Bennie Hertz. What's up? He never heard me rap. Watch it. I told you I was okay, let me hear you.
Nails on glitter, I use them as a splitter. Always smoke that good shit, one hit a quitter. Ounces on deck, in case you wanna flex. Pull up on the boots like indica check. I ain't got time for the fake assholes. Capping on the gram, going fake ass flow. West Coast
Queen, baby.
for the green.
Tap in for 20, Sherry E. Hey, folks.
Girl, Sherry, tap in.
Yeah. All the way from Birmingham. It don't stop. It'll never stop.
I rock with that. And then, of course, you know.
I was thinking about it. I was like, Fred Bennie, you have to, I was sitting in that chair, and I was like, Nina. Second verse. At least, at the very least, get her to help me write. Yeah, write it down. Go ahead, Bennie.
I rock with that. Yeah.
Okay, you guys, listen. Thank you for tapping in. I could not do this. I could not do this without going to Instagram and Facebook. I'm in Alabama. I am with the legend. You didn't know I knew that. I already know that this is going to be a great interview. This is Bennie Hertz, one of the most renowned producers in Birmingham. He has laid the foundation for a lot of people. Yeah, he don't know I did my homework. Okay. He's like, okay, that's enough. Bennie, you got to tell him who you are, what you do. And thank you for wearing my hat.
For sure. You know I'm gonna represent. Right? So, I'm gonna look at the camera, right? So, my name is Bennie Hertz. I'm a music producer, recording engineer. I've done stuff for TV and film. Worked with a ton of artists within the city. I've got some other, I want to say some major stuff that's kind of in the works. So, you know, I don't like to say we're praying on it. We just waiting on it.
There it is.
Because it's already manifested. I was born here. I was raised in California the bulk of my life. So, lived in LA, lived in the Bay. You know, I'm a West Sider for life, for real, right?
That part.
And if you hear the accent, you're already gonna get it. So, but you know, Alabama is my home. I was born here, so I'm always gonna be true to my roots. You know what I mean? But you know, I got so much love for the West because the West is what groomed me.
That part.
You know, if you've heard any of my production work over the years, I started out. A lot of people used to call me like the Dr. Dre of Birmingham.
Oh, I love it.
You know, because I had a West Coast flavor, and a lot of people out here were like, it was that clear instrumentals with the strings, and I wasn't, you know, West Coast, we wasn't doing like the heavy 808s for real. It was more like kick, snares, you know, strings, instrumentals, bass line, stuff like that, and that's kind of like what I started like.
Education.
But of course, you know, when I came out here, you know, you gotta make your bread, so I was able to kind of do the South, but do the South in my way. You know what I mean? So I was able to kind of flip it up. But, you know, that's me in a nutshell.
There it is. I love it. Well, Bennie, how long have you been producing?
So I got serious in 2003.
Okay.
So I'm showing my age a little bit. You know, you can say I'm an OG. Mm-hmm. So the first beat I made, I was probably about 16 or 17.
Wow. Okay.
And, you know, I don't want to, you know, bore your readers and your listeners with, you know, a whole bunch of, you know, technical stuff. But I had a tape deck where we would take two turntables and sample from one turntable to the next and then loop it to get it to continuously play on a tape. And then we would come back later and add the drums on top of it to actually make a beat. And then we got into some of the other stuff. So I was probably 16, 17 when we started doing that. I always wanted to do something. And so, you know, if you came up in our generation, you know, if you were into music, you either break dance. So, you know, I'm from LA, you know, so I done battled on Venice Beach.
Hey!
You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
You know, I've wanted to do graffiti, but that wasn't my thing. I used to tag. You know what I'm saying? But my cousin was like a big graffiti artist in LA. And I was a dancer, right? So I've always been in the hip-hop scene.
Exactly.
they was like, hey, so Magic, you can sing. Come sing on this. Come do this. And I'm listening to it. I'm like, man, y'all should flip this like this. And they're like, oh, damn, you should. And so that's how I really started getting into constructing the music in a certain way.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does.
So that's kind of really how I got my start. And then, you know, getting your own equipment and flipping stuff, it just came natural for me.
And so have you always had your own studio, or have you worked for other people?
I've worked for other people.
Okay.
But I got into owning my own stuff, like I say, seriously in 03. When I decided on this endeavor in 2003, I bought all my own stuff. I had a small home set up. And
Speaking of which,
yeah, my setup's a little different now, right?
It's still nice though. It's so nice. Oh my god.
You know, not the big joints, but I got, you know, shout out to Slate Digital. But I rock with Slate Digital. I got the, you know, all the touchscreen monitors set up and third speakers. That I've got Chaotica eyeball over in the corner. It's dark up over there, but you know, it's a nice room setup. You know what I mean? I try to keep it professional. This is like in the house. So,
Yeah.
you know, I like people to, when they come here, they don't feel like they're just at their homeboy studio in the house. They come to a real lab for professional work. So,
You do. And it's, even though you say it's in your home, it reminds me of my home. I have a tri-level home. This is, you're down. What is this, basement?
yeah.
So this is completely separate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and of course, you know, it's
And I
bricked
love
off,
it.
and you know,
the entrance is dope. Yeah. Okay, so look, I know you knew this was coming. I kind of want them to hear a little bit of something.
Okay.
If you don't mind, just let us just hear a little sample so that, you know, of maybe something you're working on.
Okay, so we got Ray in here, right? Shout out to the homie Ray.
Shout out Ray the Great. Ray, I knew I was going to get that in here.
Right? So, my homeboy is working on a project called Four Is Up. It's in dedication to his cousin, Ducey, who was killed a couple of months ago.
Right.
And so I have a production team. The name of my production team is the Union Music Group. We're all based out of the state of Alabama. And so we're producing the entire project. So you'll get a chance to hear that. So make sure y'all check that out. But I'll play a little something for y'all.
Thank you for tapping in with your girl every day at 420. You're supposed to be on Instagram, but of course I wasn't going to let you guys down Facebook. What's happening Instagram? What's happening, Grammars?
The Union Music
Ray the Great!
baby.
Shot to shot, keep it caught the main. Live, die, till my casket drop, 7.6 to the I got it out the mud, nigga. Like I owe you to go and get it in blood, nigga. Yeah. And I know you know what's up, nigga. Walk life before what you say, get you touched, nigga. Yeah.
Production work that we got going on.
Nice.
But we got stuff that's like hard. I do a lot of trap soul stuff too, so I've got some of the smoother trap soul type vibes. With us having a team, we're really versatile. You know what I mean? We have people that play live instruments, keys, drums.
Oh, nice.
You know. Yeah. So
we talk about the real deal. Hold on.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. I know that you not only are a producer, but you manage too.
You're right.
Well, you know what? To me, I know that you're a manager, but can I tell you what I observed from that chair? Is that you have relationships with your artists. Like it was very warm. It was like you guys are brothers and sisters.
Right.
Yeah. And everybody that was here.
Well, I think I hate to use the word manager, right? I really do, because I think the way I approach it is like I'm a part of a team. We're all a part of a winning team, right? And the way we kind of built it, it was like, listen, let me help guide you through some things that you may not be familiar with, and also provide some accountability that you may not get from whoever you're signed with. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
Because,
I do.
and then sometimes you need someone that's going to side with the label, and some people that's going to side with the artist.
Right.
I'm always on the artist's side, but being on the artist's side don't mean that the artist is right. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So,
I got you.
So when I look at things that way, it's like, I'm big bro. I got your best interest at heart. Your best interest is necessarily what you want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you don't know what's best for you, and that's why you gotta have teams that can kind of pull you to the side and say, look, you think that's what you want, but you ain't got enough experience to understand that that's not the best position for you at this time. It may be later, but at this particular point, we need to work things this way.
I got you. I love that. You know what? I work for Tony Robbins.
Right.
The Now Motivational Speaker.
Yes.
And that's what I learned was accountability. And what I also learned too was writing things down.
I do
and
too.
I think that that's why I got to where I am now, because during the pandemic, I started writing some things down, and so many other doors opened just by holding myself accountable. Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm the same way, right? So, going down that path, I believe it's not a goal until it's really written down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now it becomes something that you can put your finger on. It becomes tangible, right?
That's right.
You can see it every day. A lot of times we say, I do stuff in my head, and so it's like I know rappers that write in their head, and there's some dope people, right?
Right.
But it's like when you put pen to paper, it took some extra action to say, let me go grab this pen, let me go find this paper, and use the energy that we create to put it from here to here, right?
Exactly.
And then visually read it.
That's right.
Because when you visually read something, you can see it every day. It's like it becomes ingrained in here subconsciously.
Right.
And so that's something deeper than I even like to go into, right? But that's why people create vision boards, so you can walk by and see something every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I there's a point in my time when I was locked up for many years, right? And so during that part of my life, I read a lot, and you got a lot of things to do. You're going to eat, work out, lift weights, and read, right?
Right.
And, with me being, I guess you could say I was smarter than the average bear, I spent a lot of time in the law library. And so while I was in there, I would read, educate myself, send stuff out, order magazines, and then I was so cool, I'd ask the guy at the law library, I was like, hey, can you order these books for me? Can you order these for me? You know what I'm saying? So, I'm using my finesse with the guards and the people that run the library. Hey, I need these kind of books. Hey, I need these kind of books.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they ordering stuff, so I'm feeding my brain. And it just taught me a lot about manifestation.
Right.
The power of the mind.
Right.
And they were like, don't nobody ask for stuff like this. I'm like, that's because you ain't giving it to them. That was that. And I'm still there.
I love it. I love it. You know what? I can go on and on. I'm still stuck back in there. Accountability. Because when you said something, that hit home for me. You know what I mean? It was like, I see what I'm in, but anyway, that's whole nother.
Accountability is like, there's self-accountability, but it's like you gotta have an accountability partner sometimes too, right? Yeah. It's like, I got a homeboy, he's in LA, he's originally from here, shout out to my homeboy Snipe. Every day when I quit smoking, so I'm 20 days in, no cigarettes, right?
Right.
And so Snipe, every night, 12 o'clock, he sends me a Facebook messenger like, he'll have the guy creep in, what's up, what's happening? I'm like, man, I'm Gucci, you know what I'm saying? I'm good.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I'm just checking on you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just knowing that someone gonna check on you while you going through that rough patch. Yeah. Makes you have a little extra willpower one day when you really wanted to just say, fuck it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm for the smoke, or or I'm gonna do something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you gotta go through those things where you got someone that's gonna say, "Hey, you good? Yeah. What'd you get accomplished today? Yeah. Exactly. Your task list? Did you do something today? You said you was gonna do. You said you're gonna do a beat a day. You said you're gonna do a melody a day. You said you're gonna write a song a day. Did you get it done? Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Not just ask you why. Why or why not? Or if you didn't, man, you'll get it tomorrow. Nah, why didn't you do it? Yeah. You're fucking yourself, right? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's your goal. It ain't my goal. It's your goal. Right. This is something that your task that you said you're gonna get complete. I'll do it tomorrow, bruh. You don't get the time back though. Right. You know what I'm saying? So now really you need to do too.
I love this. I love this. You know why? Because I feel like I heard you say you took some time away, but I feel like you really used that time.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. I came home on a mission.
Yeah.
And folks was like, man, I got so many problems. I said the answer to my problems is getting home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because once I get here, I can figure it out for myself. I'm gonna make it work one way or another. You know what I'm saying? So even in there, I figured out a way to make it work. So I'm gonna make it work. If I can make it work in there, I know out here. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm gonna shake some shit up. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't done.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Okay, so but I'm sorry to get off. I felt like you were telling me something through our conversation there, but I want to say this to you. I am so impressed with one of your female artists.
Nina?
Man, I sat over there and she and Ray did that song. Mm-hmm. And then I left. And one thing I know is I got to do research.
Right.
And I swear, when it goes to her freestyle,
she does her thing. She can rap for real.
She's real rap.
She can rap and she can write, and I'm gonna stop this because I'll get into some other stuff, right? I think with her, and I think she realizes it now, that she went through a development phase, and we all develop, right? But she went from here to where she's starting to find herself and getting comfortable, and now because she's comfortable, she's experimenting more and doing things that are different, and she's open to different ideas and different concepts and different beats that she may not have listened to before or may not have heard herself on before, but now she's willing to push the envelope a little bit.
I love it. Yeah, she's really, really, really dope.
You know, she writes differently than what she used to because we used to chat. Like I say, I challenged her writing. Mm-hmm. You know, she'll come in here with a verse or a hook, and I'm like, it's all right. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Look, thank you for tapping in every day.
Yo, what's up?
Sherry. I'm in Alabama. If you're in Birmingham and you want to sit on the couch with me, please let me know. Okay? Thank you for everybody that's going to sit on the couch with me. Tomorrow, Thursday, I'll be at Plush. Today, I'm with Bennie Hertz. Listen, I already know I'm with the legend. So, I see the hearts. Thank you. Keep up. Don't go nowhere. Stay.
I'm
Stay.
Gucci.
This is Gucci. Okay?
I'm good.
Bennie, okay, so now I gotta ask you this corny ass question I ask everybody. But although you're a producer, somebody inspired you musically. So who was that? Like, give me say 4 or 5 names of artists. And see, we're from a different generation, so this is gonna be good. Okay.
So I mean, you already heard me mention Dre. You know what I mean? So, so believe it or not, my favorite rapper of all time is Cube.
Really?
Yeah, but my favorite song is by E40. Of
course. Yes.
You know, I think 40 doesn't get the credit that he deserves, right? Because of, and the reason why I'm inspired by 40 is because I've always been a person that has an independent mindset. You know, I believe in the hustle and the grind before you can get to those next levels, right? So I didn't have no problem with when I was really in the game of going beating the pavement. Backpack full of CDs with my artist stuff, passing them out, selling CDs on the corner. I've done all that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I've been there. I've had my stuff in stores, had our own shirts in stores, stuff like that. I mean, we've kind of done that. So he's a person that I really respected from that part and the music. He was himself.
Yeah. Always.
Quick. Quick a monster.
Yeah.
And I'm going to name somebody that a lot of people don't talk about. His name is Legendary Trackster. He was the producer for Twisted. So if you listen to a lot of the stuff that they did, just musically, they were here as far as a lot of their stuff. So Legendary Trackster, I used to rock with a lot of their stuff from the Chi-Town Midwest. And you know, there's so many different people that I've listened to over the years. You know, I'm a hip hop connoisseur, I like to say, and I think, you know, I don't like to say I'm a dinosaur, but I like to feel as though, because I've listened to so many people that I know not only the main people, but I can name like the Rick Rock. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Rick Rock, he's actually from Alabama, and he's produced all this stuff on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rick Rock. Yeah, Sam Bostic. You know,
Yeah.
I can go down the line talking about some of these guys. You know what I'm saying? And I can do the same thing in the South, but I grew up on West Coast hip hop.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was raised there. You know, so.
So, let me ask you this: how many artists are you managing?
So I have 2 that I manage. One is technically signed to my label. And I hate to say that it's a label because I believe that there's some things that you want to have in place to say you have a label. But I mean, I've done funding for him to make sure that his projects are getting out the right way. So I like to say we have more of a partnership.
Okay.
And then I have partnership with 2 other artists.
Okay.
So Mr. O and Nina Chanel. Are 2 artists that I manage, if you want to say that. Behold the General is an artist that you could say is technically signed to Bomb Productions. And then I have Antski and I have Kyoka. Kyoka's a R&B singer, soulful R&B singer. She gives you those soul vibes.
Oh,
and
wow.
Antski, he's like my brother. You know what I'm saying? When I first started getting down, you know what I'm saying? He's a MC's MC. You know what I'm saying? And you could say maybe it's old school, but he gonna give you some real. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just gonna be this fast food hip hop. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna give you some realness, and sometimes that's hard to digest for certain people. You know, but I mess with it. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother.
What is hip hop to you?
It's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's not just music. You know what I'm saying? Music is just a part of the culture that we live. And so a lot of people try to define culture, but to me, culture doesn't have a definition. It's something that you live and breathe, and you don't define it. You just know what it is when you see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you see me walk and I talk a certain way, or you know he rock with hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, that's hip hop. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I gotta explain it to you, then it's kind of difficult for me to just encompass that in a word. But it's like I breathe it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my walk, the way I talk, the way I deal with certain things in life, you know, it's a part of my culture.
Right.
So it's kind of like,
That's
you know,
breathtaking.
I mean, for real, you know, it's part of my culture.
Yeah.
And it don't necessarily, you don't have to be a person that produces or makes music or dances or graffitis. I mean, we got core elements of hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you talk about the graph, the MC, you know what I'm saying, the DJ, you know what I'm saying, and the dance, you know what I'm saying? We understand the 4 core elements, right? But now we've expanded upon that to where, you know, it's the way I dress. You know, it's the way I talk. It's the way I cock my head when I look at you and you say something. It ain't just on me, it's in me.
That part.
You know, so
I love it. I can go on and on with you.
I appreciate that.
I really, really, really can.
I enjoy it.
Okay, so but this is what I want to ask you. I want to give yourself a plug. I want them to know where they can find you.
So I'm a social media junkie. So Bennie, Bennie Hertz.
Facebook for sure.
That's my Facebook. If you go to IG, I'm on there too. Bomb. It's all going to be all one word. Bomb, BOMB, Productions. Exactly how it's spelled. LLC. That's for my company. So Bomb Productions LLC, and Bomb is actually an acronym. It started so a little history.
Okay.
So Bomb actually started out as the Black Owned Music Brigade. You know, we came out and I was like, we fist to smash, and it's all about this. And I had a young white rapper signed to me. You know what I'm saying? But it was still the ownership. The black guy owns the record, right?
Yeah.
But as I grew and evolved, I'm still about black ownership, so don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But my thing was I wanted to have a more global approach, so I changed it because I started becoming more of an educator than just a person that had a label. So it became building owners in the music business. So
I love that.
So that's kind of what I developed into. And so I went through a phase to where when I was going through rebranding to where I felt empowered by my experiences and the connections that I had that were able to share stuff with me that individuals may not get.
Right.
So I started using my platform to talk about some of the experiences where I've won, experiences where I failed, and able to share experiences from people that were rungs up the ladder higher than me that would share stuff that they've gotten, so I could share it with them, with other people that may not have that access.
Yeah.
So that's where building owners in the music business came from.
I love
You know, I've helped people set up their companies. You know, I like to call it the music business one-on-one stuff, where they got to understand copyrights, they got to understand publishing, they got to understand proper registration, they got to understand sonics, they got to understand just the basic one-on-one stuff before you even decide, hey, I need a budget to make a record. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
they don't get all that stuff. So,
Are you guys getting this? I can't make this shit up, all right? So thank you for tapping in. You know you need to tag and share this one, right? All that was free.
Yeah, right. So, you know, just you know, that's been my passion. I'm a people person. I'm passionate about the music, but I'm so passionate about making sure that the business is right, so that the music can reach enough people.
Right.
You know, we can make a record in here, and it could be a dope ass record from what we think, but the people judge if the record's dope or not. You know what I'm saying? When you put the music out, the people decide if it's a hit record.
Right.
You know, there's no hit without the people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We can say, oh, I got a hit. Nah, you got a potential hit. You ain't let enough people hear it yet to determine if it's a hit or not.
Right.
It has hit potential.
Right.
And, you know, I could go on about this type of game all day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, people don't get it. As far as in the music business, it's all about reaching enough people.
Right.
You know, believe it or not, you know, I can tell you, there's no such thing as a hit record without radio. It could be an underground successful record, but it's not a hit record. If it doesn't chart, there's got to be certain things you got to measure it by something, right?
Yeah.
Hit records are top 10 records. It's a top 10 charting record. That's a hit record. If it don't hit the charts, how's it? It's a local hit, or nah, it's just a local good record. It ain't a hit. It ain't a hit. It could be a dope record.
Yeah.
It's not a hit record.
Right.
It's not a Billboard charting record. It's not a top 10 record. You know, there's a lot of records that I like, and I can say, oh, that record's so fire. It ain't a hit though. It could be if it's top 100 records in the country. Okay, it's a dope record. It's a hit record. But if you can't make top 100, or, you know what I'm saying, you got a record that's done well in the hood. There's nothing wrong with that, though. Man, I got a hood hit. Okay, call it whatever you want to. You know what I'm saying?
Not as a hit.
I'm trying to go global. The thing is, you got to have and you got to have the resources.
Yeah.
If you can't reach enough people, it's not a hit. You ain't got enough ears on it to determine if it's a hit or not. That's just the real deal.
Yeah.
We may have a record that's jumping in Alabama, and when we put it out to the world, they like, man. So it's not a hit. It was dope for Alabama, but it wasn't a hit. For real. You know, I just keep it 1,000, right? It could be the same thing. I just use Alabama as an example because I'm from here. Yeah. That could be any state. So I'm not going to say Alabama don't got hits, because I think we got a whole lot of records here that have hit potential. Yeah. I think we got some right here in this computer. We just need a budget. So if you're an investor on there, hit me up.
And also tap in with me.
That's right. That's right. So let's make sure you tap in with the whole team.
Yeah, exactly. So listen, shit. I had something in mind. Oh, Ray. Isn't Ray not just working on this song, but he worked on a song with him?
Man, he got a record with him and Mr. O's got a record together. That was a fire record. The video was dope. I didn't produce the record, I recorded it. It's called Vibe. It was on Mr. O's album, Ladies Free Before 11. So if you look up Mr. O, M-Y-S-T-A-O, Mr. M-Y-S-T-A-O. His album was called Ladies Free Before 11. Dope album. Ray the Great's on it. The song's called Feelin' My Vibe, Feelin' My Vibe, Feelin' My Vibe. Yeah. Y'all gonna make me go ahead and put that thing on, right?
Ray the Great's in the house.
That's
if you are available Friday night, Ray, where's your show? Plug yourself.
12th Avenue Bar and Grill.
12th Avenue Bar and Grill. Come see Ray the Great. He has a show that starts at what, 10?
10.
11?
10.
Okay, 10. And is that festival?
Nah, that's Birmingham, actually,
Birmingham.
Northside.
Huh?
North side of Birmingham.
North side of Birmingham. Thank you for tapping in, 420. Tag, share, and tell a friend. This is good stuff. Seriously. Can't make this shit up.
You can't make this shit
I
up.
can't make it. Oh, I don't want to touch it because I'll be fucking up. Ooh, look. 420 with your real shit.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, run that back. You probably gonna have to run. That's rated rate. So if you don't have nothing to do Friday, you in Birmingham or close, you might want to come see him. Ray, where did you come up with these verses?
I move like a nigga fresh. Your boyfriend be copping for where I be copping, but what we be copping just ain't the same. I'm something I'm dripping this gumbo. Shooting your shit to Toronto. Hit from the biggest sugar beach and fuck up a frontal. I dress like I'm selling bricks. I move like a nigga fresh off a leak. And now I'm still white with the brown. And I drop a 4 in the sprite for the hell of it. My lady be having orders.
Your pockets look celibate.
While we in the dip with exclusive shit. I hustle from money to money. I probably would never wear it. Before I get to bottom, I gotta get the top first. Yeah, it's just necessary. I be vibing like the 92 rubber killer. Pushing that D got my pockets heavy. I don't exit total. I'm paving this cake like I walked out of heaven. No jagged edge. 12 shots of Patron.
Man,
Ray,
look.
you are like, I promise you.
So right.
Okay, so just so y'all know, I'm gonna interview Ray tonight. I just have to. We're gonna interview. I know you have a session.
I got a session coming
yeah, I'm
in a
gonna
few
take
minutes,
you.
right?
Yeah, I'm gonna take you, Ray. We gotta go give you an interview because
Right.
you gotta promote your gig coming up. But listen, back to you, Bennie. Thank you.
For sure. Anytime.
Thank you. Oh my God, like I feel honored because I sat in that chair and I knew I was in the room. I could feel it. It's a vibe. You know, I was like, this is not just any producer.
I appreciate
I watched
that.
the equipment. I said, these are not just his artists. This is a family shit going on.
For sure.
And I said, this is not just, I know vibes. I study it. I've been 61. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm not a baby. So it was like, it was great. Your wife My new best friend.
You gotta go up and see her before
I
you
do,
gotta
and
get up out of there.
she took me to the balcony. We was looking over, and I see all that going on now. You know, that's
she was like, man, when she wants to come up, tell her to come upstairs. I'm like, all right, we're gonna do our thing, then y'all can go upstairs and tap in for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Okay, listen, you guys. I want to thank you for tapping in. Okay, you have a session. It's getting late, right?
Yeah, he already called me. He got 10 minutes. I said, you're gonna have to wait outside. This is priority, right?
Okay. No,
Told him 8 to 10.
Okay, but I'll still be here for another couple of days if you want to give me another one.
For sure, we can do
Okay.
that.
Well, you know what? Why can I come while you're doing a session?
So
If
that
it's
might be actually tomorrow at 5, 6 o'clock. We're actually, me and Boom are gonna be working on putting together the Foes Up project.
Okay.
So that'll be good. You can come in, Ray, if you come in. You know what I'm saying? I'll be mixing on the project and trying to glue it all together. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we're trying to get everything ready for the release of the Foes Up project.
Okay.
Boom will be here, and of course more stuff for you, more stuff for the Foes Up. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay. Hell yeah, I'll do it.
come through.
Ray, we'll do it tomorrow.
I'm with it.
Okay, great. Okay, listen, thank you for tapping in. I have another interview, so guess what? You can watch it on Facebook. You can watch it on Instagram. I don't know which phone is what, but I just want to thank you for tapping in because this man right here is a legend. You know it. You saw it. I know you felt. This is real hip hop. Okay, so if you don't know, go rewind it. If you just tapping in, you want to see all this one. Okay, I just had the legendary Bennie Hertz on my show, 420 with your girl Sherry Tap. Like, I can't make this shit up.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We
We
talked about a little 420, right?
Yes.
One more time.
Okay. Hey.
420 with your girl Sherry Tap in. Hey, tap in. Bring your bone rich joints and tap in. Hey, tap in. Bring it back with that tap in. Gels on glitter, I use them as a splitter. Only smoke that good shit, one hit a quitter. Ounces on deck, in case you wanna flex. I pull up on your bitches like indica check. I ain't got time for these fake ass hoes. Capping on the grab on fake ass smoke. West Coast queen, known for the green. Tap in for 20, Sherry E. Who? 420 with your girl. Hey, tap in. 420 with your girl Sherry Tap in. Hey, tap in. Bring your bone rich joints and tap in. Hey, tap in. Bring it back with that tap in.
Oh my God, it was epic. Thank you. That's right. Okay.
420 with your girl Sherry Tap in.
Hey, man, you in the live. You gotta hit the X.
And then you want to save it to the Instagram.